Welcome back in the pursuit of wealth, Tilray traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news and interviews. Today is Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, September 10th. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, we're going to continue the Tilray train video every day. We're going to be discussing rescheduling in the US, how that could impact Tilray. I'm actually surprised about how many people ask me this question and don't know the answer. So I'll give some major reasons, at least 3 or 4 major reasons why this will be a positive for Tilray. Before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, take the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. We'll take a look at the Tilray chart toward the TLRY chart toward the end as well. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the price action today. And you can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform, one of my platforms of choice going forward. So I posted this video yesterday. A lot of excited people. I couldn't believe it when I asked people if they would want a Tilray video every single day. I would say like 90 to 95% of people said yes, do one every day. There was quite a few people that said every other day. And you can see this Tilray video every day video that I posted yesterday. Got 1,500 views, almost 200 likes. So the people have spoken. So that is what we will do. And I want to bring up this interview here with Irwin Simon that I did a few months ago, back in April. And I want to just remind everybody of what was said in this interview. But before I do, I want to go over some major reasons why that this could be huge for Tilray if we see rescheduling. Obviously, there's a few ones that most people already know. And we'll start with the easy ones. So the first one, the most obvious, would be the fact that Tilray is listed on a U.S. major exchange. So as we know, a lot of people in the U.S., I know people in the Pow Group private community who want to buy Curaleaf, but they don't have access to it. And I think Fidelity does now, but regardless, there's a lot of brokers that don't have access to the Canadian names, like the Canadian exchanges or the OTC. So there's a lot of people in the U.S. that can't buy U.S. operators. So until they uplist to the U.S. major exchanges, then we're going to continue to see, Tilray, your Canopy Growth, your Auroras of the world. SNDL was big during the 2021 meme stock craze as well, but they'll continue to get the brunt. And Tilray is an institutional favorite. It's the leader. There's not even a close second in terms of the amount of volume traded and shares traded in one day. We're talking billions of dollars traded just on the NASDAQ alone on Tilray. So the fact that if rescheduling does happen, that's not going to, it's not going to uplist for these U.S. names, right? Like, you're not going to see these operators in the U.S. uplist. So it's going to create a frenzy. People are going to run and they're going to rush and they're going to buy whatever they can. And Tilray is probably the favorite there. So it'll benefit from being listed on a U.S. major exchange and the volume there. Second, Tilray operates in over 20 countries. So if they go the descheduling route, right, and it basically postpones the inevitable, if they're going to eventually legalize it federally, which I do believe they will, which is my next point, rescheduling can be viewed as a positive for Tilray because essentially that's just pushing out legalization, right? They're going to take incremental steps. And the longer it takes for the U.S. to legalize, in my opinion, a lot of these other names like Tilray, and I won't get into naming or we'll be here forever, but it's a positive for Tilray because Tilray operates in over 20 countries. So the longer that it's kind of delayed at the federal level in the U.S., that can be viewed as a positive for Tilray because Tilray continues, it's not reliant on U.S. legalization, right? It has an alcohol business as well. And, just the amount of distribution they have there, they're already selling hemp products as well. So that's going to further cement, and if rescheduling does happen, it's going to take a while for these 280E tax codes and relief to go away. So again, Tilray isn't impacted by 280E, and they're already selling hemp products in the U.S. So the longer legalization gets pushed out, I think that can be viewed as a positive just with their competitive advantage and their moat, right? Because they continue to grow their international footprint while a lot of these other companies are struggling to expand because they're being impacted by high taxation and 280E, etc. So that's one other thing. But the major reason, right, is rescheduling MJ. They're not going to stop there, right? They're not just going to reschedule it. And who knows, maybe they reschedule it to Schedule 2 or Schedule 1. The consensus is Schedule 3 is what's most likely. But if they do reschedule it to Schedule 3, that's effectively going to make it available for medical use in the US, right? Because it's going to shift it effectively. It's going to legalize medical MJ because at the federal level, in the sense that it would be prescribed by a licensed healthcare provider or dispensed through pharmacies, similar to other Schedule III substances like certain opioids, anabolic steroids, etc. Right? So, and the reason why I brought this up is because in the interview, he said, if I could sell, or hang on, before I go into that, he said, if legalization happened in medical MJ, I could be in the medical MJ business within 60 to 90 days. If I could sell MJ infused drinks in the US, I could be in that business within 60 to 90 days, folks. So if we get rescheduling, we could see Tilray into the medical side in the US in 2 to 3 months, right? So that would be huge for Tilray as well. And then, you know, obviously full-blown legalization, like recreational use, would still remain illegal federally in the US if they rescheduled that. You need to deschedule it, right, from the CSA. But again, that's another bullish thing, right? If they reschedule it to Schedule 3, they're not just going to stop there. That's going to basically help with all the stigma, right? It's going to make it easier for them to convince Congress and other elected officials to fully deschedule it. And if we get descheduling, like Chris Christie said, he believes that Trump will attempt to deschedule in this new administration. If that's the case, then sky's the limit for Tilray. So that's why I think rescheduling will be a great clue that, you know, it's just a stepping stone, right? It's not, they're not going to stop there. And then you're going to get safer banking. You're going to get access to U.S. major exchanges, more than likely uplisting and stuff like that, right? And as we know, nothing happens without the Wall Street banks, the Morgan Stanleys, the Goldman Sachs, etc., right? So I think that makes the most sense. Is they're going to incremental approach. They're going to reschedule it, then they're going to do uplisting, safer banking, do banking reform, and then they'll deschedule it after they get all the Wall Street banks positioned. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. If there's anything that I missed, or if you think of anything else that would benefit or impact Tilray negatively, positively, please let me know in the comments. We'll continue the conversation there. But we didn't have a great day today. I mentioned in the video yesterday that in this video here that no news is essentially bad news. The longer that we go without any rescheduling news, we're just going to continue to fade. And then sure enough, I said watch for Tilray to head back down to around $1.90. We actually have a descending triangle that formed on the hourly time frame today, and we're looking at a move down to around 96 cents. And we had 3 POW algo alerts go off, bearish engulfing candles on the hourly time frame back to back, giving us even more confidence that we're more than likely going to see another leg down, and we're at 107 here after hours. And we did have this bullish RSI divergence that was potentially forming, but we broke it today. So like I said, more than likely going to expect another leg down. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. If it was helpful, I would appreciate if you could leave a like on the video. Like I said, drop a comment in the comment section below, and we'll continue the conversation there. It's Rod with POW Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, everybody, and we'll see you again on the next video.